Well, I'm going to go ahead and get us started here since we're at the top of the hour. My name's Rita Fleming. I'm a regenerative detoxification specialist, and I'm really excited to be here today on this panel with these wonderful women. We're all here because we have such a passion for health and well-being, as well as the planet, and really showing kind of that connection between the two. And we're very passionate. We all have our different backgrounds, but how health impacts our well-being at every single level. So I wanted to bring on Deidre today to chat and just share a little bit about her story and her mission and how we all got together. And yeah, I would love to open it up and have you share your story, Deidre.
Yeah, hi. I'm Deidre Clark, and I live in Minnesota. I've been in Minnesota about 2 years. I'm originally a Southern girl from Arkansas, and I have been a clinical psychotherapist for about 15 years. Most recently, when we moved to Minnesota, I've shifted into more of a coaching role, which is a hybrid of all my years as a clinician, and then just doing some coaching and bringing in, really looking at the whole person. I'm a mom of 4, and so we homeschool. So my coaching is just kind of in the nooks and crannies of my day. I joined Purium 6 weeks ago, a little under 6 weeks, and it's been quite an adventure. But it's been really beautiful to bring in this piece to add it to what I'm already doing with my clients. So a big piece of emotional health and mental health is really dealing with physiological health, because we're a whole person, we're mind, body, and soul. And so if you're only treating one piece, then you're missing the other pieces. And so people have to work harder at their goals because they're not getting a collaborative approach. And so what Purium has done in my health practice is really allowed for me to give them a tangible tool. So I'm working on the emotional piece. I'm working on changing behavioral patterns and thought processes and lifestyle choices. And so by bringing this in, I can say, here's this piece. 80% of our emotional health is tied to our gut. And so we can't separate the two. But a lot of people, when I say that, they don't know what to do. So people want to change, they want to feel better, but they don't really know how to incorporate that. And that's not really something that's often taught. We usually come from more of a psychotropic medicine model with healthcare. This is giving them a regenerative approach to healing their body from the inside out, long-term sustainable health that will change their life and then the generations after them. And so it's really paired beautifully with my coaching and counseling practice.
Thank you so much, Deidre. It's been beautiful working with you and just watching all the ways that you inspire and impact those that you work with. So it's been a joy. And my name's Rita Fleming, for those of you that just joined. And I started to partner with Purium 2 years ago, a little bit less than, and it's been life-changing for me at a personal level and then also at an impact level. And I was looking for a way where I could bring my passions, which is regenerative health and regenerative detoxification, out to the world, because that has been such a pivotal piece in my own life and my own healing journey. When I was 19, I was in a near-death car accident and really went through every modality to really transform and get my health back. And it wasn't until I found these regenerative principles that I was able to get out of chronic pain and actually get my life back. And so Purium was an amazing modality to just cover all of the foundations of what I was looking for and how to help people really address those foundations of health. And what I was also looking for was realizing that our soils are so depleted and that I was feeling depleted even though I was eating so good. And so what I love about this company and this mission is that they're actually working with that soil health and addressing it at that level, which is the foundation of health. And we're learning more and more as through modern science that we're comprised primarily of these microorganisms, and these microorganisms in the soil communicate to the microorganisms in our gut and in our body. And this is the foundation of our health and cellular communication. So within just a few days of integrating this protocol into my life, everything just came on. The lights came on in my body, and I finally felt like I wasn't depleted and like I wasn't missing something really crucial and important. And so it's been so fun to share with others in that way. And I love sharing this and working in this practice in a large spectrum, working with professional athletes, working with people who have specific health goals, working with people to, clear up skin, get better sleep, have just overall better quality of life. And I really love the containers that we host for people to receive not only goals, but those mental, emotional goals as well, because as Dietra was saying, it's completely related and connected. So I'm just so grateful for this community and this platform and this mission. And it ties in really all of my passions of regenerative health with planetary health, with supporting people and their own financial freedom and creating their quality of life. And for me, it's dramatically increased my quality of life. And I was only able to work with 5 or so clients a day in my regenerative practice. And as soon as I brought this platform into my life, I've now been able to impact thousands of people's lives who I never would have been able to otherwise. So it's a beautiful way to make a larger impact than what I would have been able to do. And I love the model because we're working with systems so that we're really leveraging each other's skills and time and resources. And as a solo entrepreneur running my own clinic, I had to do everything. Whereas this, I get to work part-time hours and include it in, and I'm having, 5x the income of what I had from my own clinical practice working all the time. So it's a beautiful model. And I want to pass it off to Carrie Drinkwine to share her story.
Thanks, Rita. It's been Rita's actually the reason I'm here and the person that introduced this business to me. And so my name is Carrie Drinkwine, and I'm also a regenerative detox specialist as well as a holistic nutritionist. My undergrad is in dietetics and nutrition science, and I have a master's in holistic nutrition. And so I was really mainstream for a while, then got deep into the regenerative world through my own personal healing. I used to have lupus and Hashimoto and fibromyalgia, along with infertility issues and multiple miscarriages, and really sadly, a lot of the things that we're seeing today in large quantities. 1 in 2 women are struggling with some sort of fertility issue. And so I was determined at that point in my life that I would heal, which is how I ended up becoming a regenerative detox specialist, because I met one, I worked with one. She was my last stop, thank goodness, because I had gone every other direction. So then I went through all the training, and I worked my butt off to get to what I thought was that point of ultimate success. So I was teaching yoga in the mornings, I was running clinic practice in the afternoon, and I was waitressing at night. And I was like so unwell. And then when my clinic got busy enough, I was able to quit waitressing. And then I was just in the clinic. And then all of a sudden I remember saying, the moment I have enough patients that I can just do this full time, I'll be so happy. Like, this is it. I found the way. And that did happen. And I was seeing 40 people a week, and that's a lot. Those aren't 1-hour consults. Some of them are 2 hours. I was working, 7 to 7 in the clinic most days, and then coming home at the dinner table with my laptop on the table, trying to get follow-ups, herbal protocols, eye reviews, all this stuff out. And it was one patient in, one patient out all day long. And at the end of it, I felt like I had broken my own heart. Like, I had gotten to this place of like, oh, I did it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't what I want at all. And I was so overworked. Like, I was helping other people get out of suffering, and I was suffering. physically and emotionally. And I didn't have time for my own children. I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time for my husband. So I actually came at this from a completely opposite perspective. You know, when I found this, it was actually for my own need. I was 7 months postpartum with my daughter, and my hair was falling out and my skin wasn't looking great. And I was like feeling that like baby blues creeping in. And I didn't understand what was wrong because I was eating the same way that healed my body. I was eating 100% organic. I was eating all plants and high plants and fresh juices and all the things we know to do. But there was this undertone of depletion. And I remember going back to the last time that I felt good. And it was when I was eating off of like a permaculture farm. And that got me into being like, what's up with our soil? And so started researching soil health and found Dr. Zach Bush and started realizing that we had a massive problem, that our soil is incredibly depleted. And this explained so much about the gap in my patient success. Any patient that would come in and stick to a protocol would succeed, but they had to be like their why they were doing it had to be really big. Like if they had autoimmune, they would do it. But if somebody just wanted to feel better, they found it difficult. And I found out why. And the reason was because we were missing so many essential micronutrients. So all I really cared about was me feeling better when I came into this. Rita was like my little godwink that came in. I like to call her my godwink because she was just like genuinely checked in on me. I ordered superfoods for my own body, and I was so impressed with the purity, the potency, the quality, the care, the organic, non-GMO, sprouted, wind-dried, vine-ripened. I mean, like, what? And I had been in search for, some sort of supplementation for the clinic for a while for my patients, but I couldn't find anything that was pure enough. I couldn't find anything that matched what I hold my standards to be at the clinic as organic and wild crafted and untouched and unflavored and all those things. And so I was really blown away. And then when they came into my body, I was blown away to the next level. I was like, whoa, like I cannot believe how good I feel. So that is actually what I didn't even realize what I had in my hands. I was really coming in from that place of like, I need to heal. I need to heal. I need to regenerate from having this baby. And sooner than later, I realized I had the answer to all my prayers, not just physical nutrition, but my time solution as well. And so now we fast forward just under 2 years later, and I have been so passionate about this work and being able to not just see one patient at a time or 7 patients in a day was kind of my cap, sometimes 9 if they were short follow-ups. But that would leave me coming home being like, gosh, I only helped 7 people and I'm exhausted. And like Rita said, now I've helped hundreds and thousands of people because we start building this web. And with the pandemic this last year and with all of the things that everyone has gone through, I've been able to come in and support several studio owners and chiropractic offices and wellness professionals and massage therapists to bring this platform in to what they're offering. So like Deetra was speaking about, mindset and, the work that she does in the psychological field is only one component. But if like the actual part of your body is broken, there's only so much she can do. So I was finding that same thing in my practice, and I was finding that same thing in the success and the continuation of studios, wellness facilities, and chiropractors from having long-term happy customers and happy clients. Is they would come and be like, I'm working out every day. Why isn't it working for me? Why don't I look like that girl in the corner? And I always say comparison is the thief of joy, but it happens. And the missing piece is most often the lack of nutrition, the imbalance in our body, the chemicals we're exposed to, the adrenal health. There's so many other factors. And most studios and wellness professionals, 1, don't have the time to go get that education. 2, don't have the money to hire on a bunch of nutritionists, and 3, don't have, the bandwidth to like take on a whole nother system into their business. And so that's why this is so powerful, because our team here is incredible. We're full of regenerative healers, and we have built an in-system network for you. So you don't have to train up, you don't have to become a nutritionist, you don't have to hire a nutritionist. You just get to adopt us, basically. So we have a full regenerative health app. That's all downloaded with tons of information and recipes and detox symptoms and support. And we host 2 live Q&A calls per week, every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and every Sunday at 9:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm live, or Rita's live, or Mary Beth, one of our other certified specialists, is live, just supporting your community, supporting your chiropractic patients, supporting your fellow yogis. You get the picture. You don't have to be there. We are there. We are their community. We are their support. So if you have someone coming to you that says like, I want to take this 20 and 20 challenge. I want to lose weight, and like really getting into like, we actually have a nutritionist on staff that can help you. And we take on those calls. So we offer a complimentary 15-minute phone consultation to every one of your patients or clients. And we help them customize the right organic regenerative protocol for them. And then we get them integrated into our support group. And so you are left not feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't take on one more thing, to all of a sudden having this really beautiful passive income and being able to feel like that whole spectrum is now covered. Now I know they're being taken care of on the nutrition level, the cellular level, the gut healing level, the chemical pesticide removal. And when you see the inside heal, you see everything on the outside heal, incredibly, especially including their joy factor and their satisfaction factor. And so what I love about this is like, we really can't do it all, right? Like, when in doubt, always refer out. And there's people I refer my patients to for work that I'm not specialized in. And so we just love adding our support and our network to what you already offer, what already exists with your gifts. So I guess the biggest thing I can say, and I've talked a little longer than I planned to, but is if basically helping sustain your clients or patients with really high caliber organic nutrition, that's like literally the highest caliber on the planet. And in addition, our larger mission is regenerative farming, recontributing and redistributing the wealth to local entrepreneurs, your local moms, bringing it down into other communities and out of the hands of the billionaires. And literally like knowing every person in your pay line, like all the 5 women you're supporting or the dads you're supporting. That's what this is all about, is like, we are basically a grassroots, passionate company that is just of the highest caliber to support regenerative health, regenerative agriculture, and regenerative wealth. And we would love to support you. We would love to team up with you. So whoever brought you to this call, get connected with them personally, because they will connect you in with a consult call for us or with us. And we will want either myself or Rita or Dietra or somebody will be with you to connect you into our community and help you get onboarded and how to implement this into your business.
Yay. Thank you so much, Carrie. I know I was reading here from Summer. This just fills my heart again and again. Such a beautiful mission to be a part of. So thank you. We have such a wonderful community here. And if there's anyone that just wants to pop off and share a short testimonial of your experience, who has participated either in the health or implementing this into their practice, I see Summer there, and go ahead and hop off if you want to.
I forgot to share quickly that I'm sitting here in Mexico for months this winter. We spent November and December here, went home for a quick blurb for the holidays, came back February, March, April. And that has never in my life been a possibility. We lived paycheck to paycheck. And I was always like, did we make enough for the mortgage? And we had this high stress around money, even though we were both like successful. Right? It was still like every dollar was accounted for, paying for my clinic, advertising my marketing, going to events to keep getting my name out there. And in just 2 short years, I have doubled. Like, I've matched my clinic income and then some. And, it's just given our whole family this like this room to breathe, this room to travel, to book a flight if we feel like it. And I can't tell you, like, there is physical illness and there's financial illness. And I almost sometimes think financial illness is worse for your body and for everything that exists within you. And I couldn't be more grateful for this. So if you are on the fence, I just feel like the answer is yes. If I just couldn't imagine if Rita wouldn't have followed up with me and followed up with me and followed up with me. But you do get what you give. And, you know, if you plug into what's here, it will be here for you.
Thank you so much. If we have any last comments or questions, we'll be available for a few questions.
I would just really love to add about our team specifically and the support available. So when I stepped into this 6 weeks ago, I did not know a whole lot about regenerative health. What I knew a lot about was my practice as a clinician over 15 years. I understood about emotional health. I understood about behavioral patterns, understood about mental illness. Regenerative health was new to me. And so I have kind of learned as I've gone, but my people have been in great hands because we have such a collaborative approach. So what happens is, when somebody reaches out and says, Deetra, I've seen some of your videos, or I want to hear more about regenerative health, they get plugged into this amazing support system where their issues are treated as individual. It is not a one-stop shop where here's your box. It is, let us assess you, let us hear your heart, let us hear your struggles, and then let us personally triage you and diagnose, and then from there recommend. And then after that, there's continued support. And for me as a clinician, that gives me a lot of comfort because I know that whoever is talking to my clients, that they're going to be loved the way that I would love them. And they're going to walk away with this full picture, this new community of additional to support of what I've already given. And so I just think it's very different than most communities that I've seen before, in that nobody's left behind, and we're really on top of how they're doing and how they're adjusting and what their needs are. And there's 5 people at all times that are checking in on I think I've lost count, maybe 40 or 50 people on my team in 6 weeks that are all being cared for and loved through this community, through the apps, through the support calls, and through the messenger feeds that we build for our people. So I just want to add how unique that is and what a gift it is.
Thank you, Deetra. So if you want to learn more in depth about our programs and protocols and the experience that we have here, please just reach out to the person that invited you to this call, and we'll get you plugged in and connected in. And thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.
Bye.